Good morrow, everyone. Welcome to my first ever postage of a Destiny 2 build in my, hopefully, ongoing voice acting build videos that I like to call the Pact Maker. This warlock is an exo, hell-bent on finding secrets to the point he'll make deals with cosmic forces just to achieve knowledge of the unknown. Now, before we get into the build, I'm going to play a voice-acted clip done by me that will help give some role-playing flavor for the rest of the build and possible exotic choices. The following audio will just be accompanied by gameplay of the build in the Shattered Throne dungeon. Please enjoy.
I was found among the wreckage of old Ireland, hidden away from a nest of hive nearby. I was confused, but by some odd instinct, intrigued. I ended up having to use my newfound powers of the void, which left me feeling empty, but filled at the same time. I knew then this verse held powers I could use to find answers. I would learn to harness it, extend its empty light on my foes, and eventually feel like I've made a pact with a force unknown. Using void has made me learn to feel empty, only letting questions in to ponder but nothing else. No one else. I would use this pact to find my way into crevices no sane guardian would go in. The throne worlds, into deep parts of the moon, even through vexed constructs. I would find answers no sane guardian would want to know. The books of sorrow, dead ghosts strewn across soul, bones of the wish-granting Ahamkara, places tainted by darkness itself. By some instinct, I always worked alone. Other guardians have asked for my help, and I played my part. Extend some of my knowledge in their endeavors, hide my extensive use of the void through burning solar light. But by some instinct, I knew I couldn't trust any of them. Some have tried to pry into me, pull secrets I wouldn't share. Some have tried to goad me into showing them the void, pull power they would soon regret. Some have followed me into secret crevices to pull the reward I so rightfully found. I've learned to put my trust into nothing and no one, and I gained a fearlessness to find them. Because if I need to learn secret from the hive god of coming Sabathun, or shake hands with the witness himself, you can't bring fear to the table. Only yourself.
And with all that said and done, let's get into the build, starting with our exotic helmet choice, Fellwinter's Helm. I'll also have other exotic options for you to choose from if this doesn't fit your fancy. This exotic suppresses targets in an AoE whenever you kill something with a charged melee or a finisher. I like this choice because the suppression can be useful for some mid to high tier content like raids, dungeons, nightfalls, anything that doesn't really lock your loadout, lower tier nightfalls. Plus, the aesthetic nod to Fellwinter and his search for Siva and Warmind tech really insinuates the character's thirst for knowledge. The exotic weapon to use is the Monte Carlo, which will be primarily used to give us melee energy back on hits with the gun, or a chance at full melee energy on a kill with the gun. You also get extra gun damage on either gun kills or melee kills, plus melee kills will also help reload your gun. As an extra tidbit, the lore tab states intentions of Ego Bash, a hunter who supposedly killed his teammate in search of Golden Age fortunes, showing the length that this character will go for knowledge no matter who's in the way. Subclass wise, you can go for whatever since Fellwinter's is a neutral exotic. Aesthetically, you can main Void, but me personally, and because it came out this season, I'm using Solar primarily. As a side note, I won't be talking about Arc since it's not reworked, but if I commit to making more builds, I'll definitely talk more about it once Arc 3.0 rolls around. For Solar, I went with the Mustang Snap, a Healing Rift, the Touch of Flame aspect for better grenades, specifically healing grenades, and Heat Rises for melee energy on airborne kills, plus an even better healing grenade for a restoration effect. Grenades are up to you. I play for support and survivability, so I chose healing grenades. For fragments, we're focusing on scorching targets to get them to either ignite and give us grenade energy, or die from either your hand or the burning effect, which will give us melee energy. The staple fragment is Ember of Ashes for more scorch stacks, which combined with the snap almost always ignites targets. Next is Ember of Searing. Killing scorched enemies gives melee energy back, and also worked with Heat Rises. The other two slots are flexible. If you wanted to go for grenade usage, you can use Ember of Blistering for grenade energy on ignition kills, Ember of Singeing for more class ability energy when you scorch targets, Ember of Torches for radiance on melee hits, or Ember of Char for even more scorch whenever you ignite a target. You find what works for you and you have at it. If you want to go Void, I recommend the aspect Child of the Old Gods for ability regen and weakening effects, and the Feed the Void for Devour, though Chaos Accelerant can be useful on occasion. As for fragments, use Echo of Undermining for weakening grenades, Echo of Expulsion for explosions and extra intellect, Echo of Obscurity for invisibility on finishers plus extra recovery, and the Echo of Remnants for longer grenade duration. If you do decide to use Chaos Accelerant and sacrifice a fragment slot, you can swap Expulsion for Remnants if you want. I'd also like to point out that I don't have stasis at all on any character. So yeah. Anyway, mods. Let's see them. My helmet is Arc with double hands-on plus elemental charge to give me Charges of Light when I pick up an elemental well and super energy on melee kills. Void Arms for focusing strike, which gives class ability energy on melee hits and melee Wellmaker. An Arc chest piece with heavy-handed, which gives half of my melee back if cast when charged with light. Solar Legs with bountiful wells for more wells. And a Solar Bond with Font of Wisdom for faster super generation whenever I pick a well. You can mix things here too, change the bond for melee Wellmaker for more wells, heavy-handed could be changed to Lucent Blade for sword stuff, or change both the chest and the helm to Overcharged Wellmaker and Well Ions, giving you 2 arc wells on a finisher and increasing your melee damage for a short time whenever you get those wells. You can also change Focusing Strike for Bolstering Detonation for Rift Energy on grenade hits, and maybe even add Double Bomber on your class item for reduced grenade cooldown when you use your Rift. Stats-wise, I focus on Intellect and grenade usage, since our melee is very easily regained through Monte Carlo and or Heat Rises. And then I also prioritize Recovery for more Rifts and, recovery. Now let's talk about other exotic choices. We have Nezarec Sin as our first pick. It fits thematically with the vibe of using dark means to get knowledge, what with Nezarec possibly being related to the Witness and by extent the Darkness, and the extra ability regen on void kills from any source, weapons or void abilities, that will definitely help this out. If you want to go support, you can go with the Stag, which gives a very good damage reduction when you and or your allies are in a rift. You also will gain rift energy whenever you're critically wounded, and when you die, a healing rift will also spawn whenever you die. Next, we have the Karnstein Armlets, which are amazing for survival, because after you get a melee kill, future melee kills, charged or not, will fully restore your health. We also have Winter's Guile for extra melee damage as well, plus a good PvP choice if you're really into that. That times 5 buff gives a 650% damage increase, so your melee damage is going to be doing a heck of a lot more. Finally, there's the Lunafaction Boots, A pretty simple and popular supportive choice that makes your Healing Rift have the extra effect of giving increased reload speed, or your Empowering Rift to give all your weapons increased range. And yes, this does work with Well of Radiance for those players who might not know about it yet. And with that, I will leave all you lords and ladies with a goodbye and ask for any feedback in the comments. This is my first build for Destiny 2 and I'm looking for all the help I can get. Thank you for watching and have a good day.